Thanks to the Sega Investor Q&A, we have a little bit of information on the future of the Sonic series, a little bit of information about Sonic Frontiers, how well it's done, and their strategies to promote it further. It's quite interesting, and this information has come thanks to Tails' channel, which is fantastic. So you and me are going to sort this out, aren't we, little mate? Yep. So here we go. Sega talks Sonic Frontiers future plans, promotions, DLC in latest Investor Q&A. So an Investor Q&A, just so you know, they have their financial summary meetings, their financial meetings, and essentially they talk about, like what went right, what went wrong, and, how they're going to adapt in the future, which is obviously going to help with their investors who have put money in, who, shareholders and stuff. It's the shareholder meetings. We always get a little bit of information usually around the ones for Nintendo. Same with Sega Sammy. So let's have a little look at what is going. So regarding the quality of Sonic Frontiers. So while the Metacritic score for Sonic Frontiers was not as high as we hoped, we know that it was received by fans well. How do you evaluate the quality of this title? So this is quite interesting. So they were expecting a higher Metacritic actual critic score, but if you look, the user score was very high. With that, we believe we have found a title that is widely accepted by a lot of people around the world. It's believed that we can build more repeat sales for Sonic Frontiers through pricing discounts and the recently announced DLC. We plan to further promote the Sonic franchise in the future, such as the release of Sonic Prime, the third Sonic film, and merchandising opportunities. Cool. So merchandise, always fun. Isn't it, little buddy? And we've got a bunch of really cool stuff as well. So let's look at that. It's the third Sonic film. So this is just the series in general, Sonic Prime. But it's really interesting that they're saying that we can get repeat sales of Sonic Frontiers through pricing discounts and the recently announced DLC. So they are banking on people spending money on repeat copies with discounts. So if you've already bought it on PS4, they're wanting you to buy it on Xbox or Switch or PC. Quite interesting. So like different things for the DLC as well. So yeah, they'll be promoting that quite heavily. I would expect to see the game discounted a bit further actually. Here we go. Sales for Sonic Frontiers, the average unit price hasn't decreased that much. Tells us about your future sales strategy. Fantastic. Temporary sale around Black Friday. Selling price returned to normal. Yep, we have been able to achieve these results while maintaining a certain level of quality, and the number of units sold greatly exceeded our original exceeded the estimation. So that's really interesting that they weren't expecting it to do as well sale-wise. Because, just so you know, it sold 2.9 million copies by the end of December, which is phenomenal. Considering it was the 8th or 9th of, hang on, I've got it there. Yeah, it was the 8th of, I've got that little pre-order thing that my local game store gave me. It is the 8th of November that it came out. So in less than 2 months, they have got just under 3 million sales, which is fantastic. And that's not accounting for the recent sales. So when Sonic Colors Ultimate came out, they actually put loads of games on sale, including Sonic Frontiers on Steam. So, really, really useful. So really, really cool information there. So, yeah, it's doing really well sales-wise. So yeah, we will continue to sell over the long term based on sales strategies of pricing, promotions, and development of further DLC. I don't think that's implying anything past Wave 1, 2, or 3, because they are still developing that DLC. So yeah, nothing particular there, but no, that's really cool that they're hoping that it's going to work. Strong performance of Sonic Frontiers and other global titles. Will you be focusing on more products like it in the future? You better say yes. Development costs are going to grow. Development costs are going up. Obviously, impact of the global external environment, and we can expect this trend to continue for the foreseeable future. We are proceeding with a bigger budget. Well, there you go. We're proceeding with a bigger budget. So a lot of the issues that people had with Sonic Frontiers is the fact that they had to actually skimp out on their budget, right? And things got cut. It is widely believed that the final boss resulted the way, it ended the way that it did because unfortunately they had to cut corners somewhere and they decided to cut it there, which, look, I feel like that's where they shouldn't have done it. They should have cut it somewhere else. I'm not quite sure where, but yes, apparently that is a thing. So having a bigger budget and hopefully having more time to do it as well means that we're not going to see issues like the end turn into like just a shooting mini game. We're going to get a full proper finale or something like that, and we won't see that in the future. So that's really, really good. Having a bigger budget is worth it. They know that they can perform sales wise as well now, which is really good. So yeah, hopefully that's good. This is great for the Sonic series. generating repeat sales, considering your earning forecast for this fiscal year and the current market environment? I assume there'll be a lot of uncertainty about the next fiscal year. How are you planning to increase repeat sales during the current term, and what's the status of the new titles? Since there were many new titles in the previous year, so this isn't just Sonic, by the way. This is just going into, you know, like all of the games that Sega Sammy are releasing. So, you know, what do they got? They got the Yakuza, they got Persona and stuff like that. So like it's, you know, all Atlas and everything under there as well. So let's see, since there were many new titles in the previous fiscal year, we took on a strategy of repeat sales in our planning coming this fiscal year, and it continues to fall short of our forecasts. On the other hand, despite the not so favourable market environment, we were able to maintain the same level of repeat sales as the previous fiscal year. We believe the prospects are clear to some extent, given titles that have performed well this term, such as Sonic Frontiers, and with upcoming DLC, its sales will increase even further. We are also considering sales strategies. New works are scheduled for the Like a Dragon series, Hyenas, and more. Keep your eyes open for upcoming titles. Keep them open. Thank you, Azul35 and Ryan Scarlett. So what does this all mean? Well, I think it's really great that we're seeing a higher budget for Sonic titles. I think it's well deserved. It is showing that it is selling well for a Sonic game. Just so you know, like, not a lot of Sonic games tend to sell the 2.5 million mark. In fact, 2.9 million, sorry. It was 2.5 at the start of December or something like that. It has beaten most Sonic games sales records. Like even games like Sonic Generations, I thought sold way more in the time frame. But no, it's beating the lifetime sales already of a fair few Sonic games, which is absolutely phenomenal. So the fact that they're going to give it a bigger budget in the future is fantastic. Obviously, they're teasing the DLC and they're thinking that it's going to be worth people picking up the game. So I think they're going to be really focusing on making that DLC something special to entice people to actually pick up Sonic Frontiers. It does look like they're looking for repeat sales, so they want you to pick it up on PC, they want you to pick it up on your other consoles. I think it's, in general, really good. I think we've got a lot of interesting information in there. Not too much, but we've got some more releases from Sega Sammy in general, which is going to be really good to keep an eye on. I wouldn't expect to hear much information until June on most of that, to be honest, but hopefully we're going to have the Sonic Frontiers DLC soon. I know Kishimoto-san has said that Sonic Frontiers DLC, the Wave 1, is in the final stages of production, so I'm expecting to see that in March. Expecting that the Sonic Birthday one will come in June, and then near the end of the year we'll get another Sonic DLC. But there's lots of really interesting information. I think Sonic Frontiers is doing really well. It has shown that it is selling well for a Sonic game, and to be honest, I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with the quality of Sonic Frontiers in general. It's not perfect, but it is a million steps in the right direction. But if you want to know more about Sonic Frontiers and what I predict for the entirety of the Sonic's franchise in 2023, then smack this video right now. Make sure you tickle the subscribe button first, and thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about these sales information and this investor Q&A in the comments. See you later.